Alright, hey guys, it's the Autohound here, and normally you guys know me for doing exotic cars, hypercars, super sports cars. However, look, not everybody can afford those. So we're going to do a quick review of this particular 2019 Ford EcoSport. This is the titanium version, so it's got the 3-cylinder engine, or 4-cylinder engine, excuse me. And take a look right here. There's your cylinders. It's a very small engine, it's super compact. The owner tells me it's a very nice car. I've actually driven this car before. The owner's my brother. So that is the engine of the EcoSport. And there she is with the hood down. It's a cute little car. And you know what? It's affordable. It is certainly practical. And it has a ton of room in the back. We'll get in the inside in just a second. So you can see it's got a really short wheelbase right here, which is kind of neat. Here's the door wide open. It's a big, wide, swinging door. And you get enough space back here and some space underneath right here so you can put stuff. And that is kind of all there's about the back. So let's look at the inside of the car. This is the back seat. And surprisingly, it's not small. I'm at another car show. Someone decided to start up their Supra, which is kind of cool. But you get inside this car right here, and I'm going to get in. So, as you can see, I fit really well. I'm 5'8", about 220 pounds, or 230. 230 pounds, so I'm sitting back here. It's got a ton of room. And even on the other side over here, I could fit in quite nicely. So surprisingly, Ford did a very good job at building the back here as well. You know, not everybody could afford, you know, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 on a car. This car used was $16,000. So at $16,000, this is a steal. So let's get in the front of the car. We'll go from there. And I'm going to move the seat back a little bit. And I'm going to grab the camera and show you. This is the car itself, which is really neat. And look, it's got your simple stuff on it. There's no kind of like embellishments, no super nannies or anything like that. Although I guess it does have the auto start, auto stop function, which I hate, and I assume that my brother hates too, because we don't like nanny stuff. And he's agreeing with me. He just doesn't want to be on camera. Over here, this is your Sync Connect system, which they do a really good job. I'm going to tell you, when I look at stuff like this, I'm really impressed. So let's just see. I'm going to mess around with it. He's probably not going to be happy with it. But here's the apps. Find mobile apps. You can do that. You need a USB port. Here's some settings. It's really super responsive. You know, so everything is super responsive. There's not a lot of delay to it. Switches over quite nicely. These are your route preferences, preferred route. You know, I'm really impressed with this little car. It feels really good driving it. So we're going to do that just right now. So this is the Ford EcoSport right here, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a little ride around this parking lot to kind of give you guys an idea of what we're doing. Again, we're reviewing cars now, and part of reviewing a car like this is knowing that it's not a world beater. It's not going to go 0 to 60 in 6 seconds, and it's not going to be a 135 mile an hour car. This is basic daily transportation, and it drives nice. I mean, it's a nice little car. You know, it's not going to be, like I said, a world beater, but it is going to have a little bit of pickup. Not a tremendous amount, but it's got enough to say, you know, I could get you onto the highway without you having to worry about it. In addition to that, it's also going to give you some comfort knowing that you're not going to be spending a ton of money fixing a car. These cars are not meant to be anything but a daily driver, a nice family economical car that gets you from point A to point B. In driving it, yeah, it's got its issues. Number one, I would say it's a little bit bouncy, and a little bit rigid. However, it doesn't feel bad, if that makes any sense. The other thing, it's got this really annoying seatbelt chime, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. The other thing that it has that, you know, not super pleased. It really sits a little too high for me for the size car that it is. One would think that it would be a little bit lower, but it does feel nice. The seats are super supportive. There's none issues there. In addition to that, it just has a nice steering wheel. It's got a good feel to it. It's got an immediate feel when it comes to steering, and the acceleration is wimpy, but it's not going to get you killed. The brakes, I'm going to test those in just 1 second here, and we'll see if they're phenomenal or not. We'll go for it here. Very nice brakes, solid, easy going. I don't think that there's a problem with these type of brakes. This is a great little car, folks. So this has been the Autohound. If you like this type of comments, I would highly recommend that you like, comment, and subscribe.